Constable Clarence Burke was gunned down and left for dead in a Shediac schoolyard. Now, today, Burke is still asking questions about what happened that night. The few answers he gets have only raised more questions. Now, the RCMP is conducting another review of the case. Ron Shaw has an update report for us tonight.
Clarence Burke was a proud rookie beginning a career with the Shediac Town Police. He joined up in 1979. His career was shattered June 2nd, 1981, in a hail of gunfire. He stopped his cruiser to deal with a pedestrian who appeared to be staggering drunk. There was a chase on foot, a struggle, and Burke was shot 5 times and left bleeding on the ground. His assailant jumped into the cruiser and drove off, eventually dumping it into the Northumberland Strait. The man who tried to kill Clarence Burke has never been brought to trial. In the years since, Burke has physically recovered, but remains haunted by the shooting. Dissatisfied from the beginning by the official police probe, he has done a lot of investigating on his own over the years. Once police had a suspect, and they accused Burke of being uncooperative in the investigation. Burke says the suspect did not match the description he gave police, and that he was physically and mentally incapable of making the attempt on the officer's life.
But they still say it's him. You know, I know it's not him. I know this is not the guy who shot me, but they still maintain that this is the fellow who shot me.
Later, Burke got a call from an old acquaintance, a woman who knew him from the days he drove cab in Shediac. She says the man who was her husband at the time confessed to her that he had been hired by someone in Toronto for the contract killing of Clarence Burke.
He said it was paid pretty good to do it. He said it was to get him out of the way.
She also says she approached police shortly after her husband's confession, but they didn't take her seriously.
I think it was a couple of days after that we started fighting. I just ran out of the house and I went to the police station and I told them. And they didn't do nothing. They didn't pick him up or nothing.
Burke says there were many glaring irregularities in the investigation.
The cruiser was open. The gun was not sent to the crime lab and was given to the chief of police.
Perhaps most crucial was the handling of the gun found in the cruiser. Burke isn't convinced that he was shot with his own gun. 2 sources inside 2 separate police forces say the gun found in the cruiser wasn't handled according to normal procedure. It wasn't sent to the Sackville Crime Lab for fingerprint and ballistic testing. It wasn't kept with the other exhibits, but was returned to Shediac Town Police and destroyed. A crucial piece of evidence is now unavailable for any future prosecution. The RCMP refuses to comment until its review of the case is completed later this month. In the meantime, Clarence Burke says he will not rest until the man who shot him is brought to justice. In Shediac,